And so now we're recording. Fantastic. Now we're recording. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Asad Alajmi, welcome. Zach Shahid, welcome, welcome. And so, again, this discussion this evening is about this phenomenon called global wealth networks. What is it? How are they created? How do you either build or join one? What are the benefits? First of all, what's the objective? And then what are the benefits of either building one or becoming a part of one? So for the sake of the recording, because we just took this live as a recording, a global wealth network, the phrase global wealth networks comes from a Forbes magazine article that was published back in 2012 that spoke to a phenomenon that's happening around the globe. People from various backgrounds, different countries, different educational experiences, different skill sets, coming together online because of the ease of access to online platforms, social media platforms particularly. These people coming together online, finding each other because they have similar interests, right? And deciding to form a network, and that network really being formed based on two core principles that they all hold dear, no matter what the network, the global wealth network interest is. In other words, no matter what the special interest or the common interest is from one global wealth network to the next, they all had one, I should say, two core principles that were consistent in every one of these networks as Forbes was describing it. The one was that they had a intense desire to have complete mastery over their weekly income, their weekly cash flow, their monthly income, and how they manage their own financial affairs. Number two, they wanted to have complete mastery over their time. And so hence the term global wealth networks. And what I've discovered and what we've discovered, because I and a group of people have become a part of we've built a global wealth network, or I should say our building, because you never finish it, it's always being added to. In other words, there's always people coming into your network. Let's just open the conversation up. So I'm going to open a seat. And now that we've got that out there, let's see if we can unlock a seat. Fantastic. We've got a seat unlocked. And we welcome anyone that, based on what you've heard so far, has questions. And I'm just going to keep talking, and I'm going to invite you to come in. As a matter of fact, let me post an article, something that I wrote on the subject of global wealth networks, and you can take a look at that in your leisure. I'll post it up now, and we'll just keep the conversation rolling. So here's the question that I'm going to ask with regards to global wealth networks. There are people that are in this blab session right now, and of those of you who are in this blab session, you are probably doing something as a profession or as a career or a way of earning income. And I'm going to guess that for a good number of you, what you're doing to earn income is not the thing that you are passionate about. And because we are dynamic beings, we're multidimensional beings, most people have two or three things that they really enjoy or they really get buzzed about. And what do I mean by that? I mean, something that you are just excited to, when the Creator blesses you to be able to come into a new day, you're just excited to dive into this area of interest of yours. And, if it were left up to you, people would have to drag you away from it, towards the end of the day. So I'm suggesting that probably the majority of people that are on this blab are not doing the things that they're really passionate about. Rather, they're doing something that that allows them to take care of the monthly expense, something that they're doing to take care of their financial obligations. And so, what we found in all of the articles that were being published about global wealth networks is that here's a group of people who have developed a network based on the things that they're passionate about. So if you have a love for painting, you're a painter, right? And you love oil on canvas, or you are a pencil sketcher. You love you love to have pencil drawings on canvas. Um, then there's a global wealth network of people that love art, and particularly in your niche, they love oil on canvas, right? And so they form a network, and they have Facebook groups and the whole thing. And in that network, uh, they contribute content that they get excited about. So in this network, for example, they'll have a Facebook group, or if they're in Google Plus, they'll have a Google Plus community, or if they're in LinkedIn, they'll have a LinkedIn community. And in these communities, they contribute content about things that they are absolutely jazzed at. Who is who? In other words, who are the up and coming rising stars in the area that they have an interest in? Who are the authorities? In other words, who has male and female distinguished themselves in whatever special interest area they have? Who are the authorities? People that are uh, doing the thing, whatever it is, to the maximum. People who are writing, people who are thought leaders in that special interest group. And um, so they have groups, and they're adding content to these groups. Everyone is contributing things from their own experience that lends to a very rich, content rich environment, so that there's massive learning going on in a global wealth network, right? You bring your skills to the tribe, you bring your experiences to the tribe, and other people who have the same interests as you have, they can resonate with the experiences that you're sharing and contribute experiences of their own. Hey, we've got two people that are trying to get in here. Okay, so I don't know who's first, but ladies first, since Mosaic Star is here. Let's get her in. And greetings and welcome. Hopefully she'll pop in here in just a second. Hey there, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to meet you. And where are you calling in from? Where are you joining us from? What part of the
I'm
country?
in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, you're in Ohio.
I want to ask you, are you Senegalese?
Yes, I am.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so you look like you kind of favor my friend's people. Nanga.
Menfirak. Have you been to Senegal?
Yes.
Okay, good, 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 good. So do you speak Wolof or Futanke or
Tutti. Jungle Walla Tutti Tutti.
ah? Fantastic. So I'll have to take you with me on the next trip. We're going to be going in spring. So if you're available, you're absolutely welcome.
I'm going actually in next December.
Okay, fantastic. And what areas do you usually visit when you're there?
Grand Dakar. We stay in Yof, Grand Yof,
Okay,
and we go to the Pink Lake. So
okay,
and then also we might be in Castor. So.
awesome. So let me
Mhm.
ask you a question regarding this subject of global wealth networks. What's piqued your interest? What questions did you have, or things that you wanted to share on this subject?
Well, I'm an importer,
Okay.
so it really piqued my interest because that's my passion is um, based around global. So I'm always looking for different networks and stuff like that to
Awesome.
connect with. But it's kind of hard to find people that are in my field, and it's also rare to see a woman of color in my field. So people kind of I tell people I'm an importer, look at me like you're right, but
Okay.
I
Well, that's so interesting. So, um, one of the wonderful features of being a part of a global wealth network um, is that you meet people that share your same interests,
Mhm.
or who can network you with other people that are in your area of interest. So, for example, um, I'm a part of a global wealth network, and there are people in this global wealth network from a variety of different backgrounds. My original background is in healthcare, but now um, my background is my emphasis, my area of interest is in uh, helping helping people, um, people, organizations, and small businesses to brand their idea, their
Okay.
project if you're an organization, or your business offering if you're a business owner, to brand what it is that you do, brand your message to a larger online audience, to establish a brand presence for you, help you establish a brand presence online, build up your social media presence also, and to assist you in really just delivering the message about what you like to do, or what it is that you
Mhm.
are offering as a solution in the marketplace. So that's my passion now. But within our global wealth network, getting back to the point, we have people that are in a variety of different. They're in a variety of come from a variety of different backgrounds, but each one of them is seeking to establish a niche, a network of their own. So within our global wealth network, we have a lot of micro networks, right?
Mhm.
People, for example, in your case, it would be a network of um, importer exporters. Is that what you do? Import export?
Yeah, I import shea butter, karité,
Okay.
and different oils from Africa for
So in our
cosmetic use.
global wealth network, we would help you to identify other importers and help you become a magnet. More importantly, help you become a magnet for other importers, and have you build a network of importers so that you all could mastermind, collaborate about the things that are important in your niche, so that you all could take advantage of 21st century tools to help you share your offerings to a larger online audience and the
Mhm.
like. That's what we do. As a matter of fact, let me give you a link to the Facebook group so that you can come into the Facebook group. And there was another person that was seeking to take a seat. So
Okay.
just hold on one second. There he is, Mr. Zach Shahid. Hold on a second. Let me give you a link to our Facebook group, and you can join the conversation over at Facebook. Our Global Wealth Network group, our group or our movement is entitled "Create Lifestyle Freedom." We really enjoy that name because it kind of defines exactly what it is that we do. So in the comment stream, there is a link to the group,
I
Create
just clicked
Lifestyle
it.
Freedom. Just come over there and request to join, and we'll gladly add you to the group. So in your business of importing and exporting, you were sharing with me. Let me let Zach in. Hold on one second. I don't want to be
Mhm.
rude. He's been here asking to get in.
Been waiting.
Somebody's knocking on the door.
Hey,
Mr.
hey.
Shahid, how
Hi.
are you?
Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me pretty good?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can. Welcome to the conversation.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I'm actually on my cell phone today, so this is pretty cool how Blad works on cell phones, laptops, everything. So,
It's an amazing, here we are in the 21st century, and um, through this technology, I'm meeting people like you, Mr. Shahid. I'm meeting people like Mosaic, and you know, who would know that she'd come on the show? She speaks a little bit of my language. She knows she's been to my area of the
I
world
heard her, yeah.
before, and that's a cool thing. And so Mosaic, um, just to get a little bit more into the subject of global wealth networks. A global wealth network in a global wealth network, the people who are banding or locking arms together to form that network, they look for something that they all agree has value for them. So if it's importers, you would be looking for some tool, some product, some service that all importers find useful. And if it's, it could be something that's um, related to customs, or some documentation that is absolutely essential that that all importers should have, or some placement or positioning that you that is integral, some licensure or something like that, so that new people that are coming into your network who are in the field, maybe not as experienced as you are able to offer them XYZ, whether it's a product or a service. And as a result of that, those people, as a result of that, an income is generated for you.
Okay.
Because you're inviting people into the network. The network owns either a product or a service that other people in your niche agree is valuable. And as new people come into the network, you all are offering something that has value, and an income is generated. So you're able to build income just by building the network, right?
Okay.
So in other words, while you're working on building your import business, you're able to generate income by building a network of other importers who agree on the value of some product or service that you are offering within that network. Does that make sense?
Okay. Okay. I do. Yeah. Yeah, I think I get it too. Now also, like within building that network, does, like, let's say, because we're all importers, I'm quite sure that we all import different things.
Sure.
But is there like a way?
Within that process.
Right, right. What I was saying is, what I want to get to is like, will that network also can help other people generate certain leads? Because a lot of importers are usually looking for buyers. So
it could, and it just depends on how you structure the network. Obviously, if you have a lot of people that are importing the same kind of goods, then there's a natural competitiveness among the importers for resources, for leads, et cetera, et cetera. But at the same time, there are certain things that are within the process of importing that all importers need to know how to do, or they need to get better at, right? And so instead of looking at it from a standpoint of scarcity, you always want to look at it from a standpoint of abundance and see, how is it that we can assist other importers in doing some tasks that we know are fundamental to the process, to the business process that we're all engaged in. And you work on the things that are mutual strengths, and you find, like I said, something that is common to everyone, that you agree has value, and be able to take ownership of that thing. For example, give you an example. In our global wealth network, Create Lifestyle Freedom, we are gathering people that come from a variety of different professions, backgrounds, etc. And they're looking to either start a business, or they already have an existing business and they're trying to scale it up, right? And so what we found in both cases, whether it's someone who has an idea and they want to take that idea from idea stage to, fruition, where they have something that they've monetized, either a product or a service, or they already have an existing medical practice, so they already have an existing carpet cleaning business, they already have an existing art gallery, and they're looking to scale up the number of clients they have, the amount of walk-in traffic they have, the whatever it is, they're trying to scale up their business. And what we found to be common to both the new people and the existing business owners is that they're needing tools to help expand their reach, to help give them more visibility online. So we took ownership of a tool suite that we have private label rights, PLR rights over. Every member of our network has private label rights, right, over this tool suite, and we have the right to resell this tool suite. Now, what is the tool suite? The tool suite is a mixture of things that are essential for anyone trying to brand themselves online. For example, there is a premium WordPress blog site that's a part of the tool suite. So you get a chance to, you have the opportunity to take ownership of your own WordPress blog on a premium theme. And in addition to that, there are other add-on digital tools. For example, a landing page generating tool to help people build custom landing pages, as many as they want with no limit, so that they can share their offer with someone online, give more exposure to their offer, to their idea. Capture page design tools that allow them to collect names and email addresses of people who would have an interest in whatever it is their business model is, right? And so, along that line, this is a digital tool suite that anyone who's either trying to brand themselves or scale up their reach with a larger online audience could use to do that, right? And so as a new person comes into the network and they come into our Global Wealth Network and they're finding out about or they're asking questions about the network and how the network can facilitate them in reaching whatever their next challenge is, right? For you, it's what is your next challenge? Let me ask.
My next challenge, so in my import business is creating access to the product that I import to port. So sometimes it's access is an issue in Africa because you have so much politics. If I have a huge truck leaving a rural area, I got to pay off police. So, and then also, yeah, and well, not necessarily. I have sources. I have the source. The problem is in some areas of Africa, primarily one of them is Nigeria, there's not roads to where, and at least not paved roads to where my product is sourced from. So I have the task of getting that product here without having to have a huge semi come through there, and then there's always, you have to pay off people. So then also supporting my women who make the product in the various countries and actually giving them a livable wage and not that fair trade BS that people keep talking about is supposed to be helping people, but when it's just the NGOs just enticing the women with money. And that's my goal, is so they can be sustainable on their own, not necessarily wait for the next NGO to come and bring them money so they can take their resources.
Awesome. So now that we have an idea of what some of your most pressing challenges are, the Wealth Network would assist you in addressing those, and also looking at your daily method of operation. Your visibility. How visible? How are you presenting yourself online? Do you need help in that? Because the people in our network are focused on brand presence. Most of the people there, although we come from different backgrounds and we have different businesses, everyone seems to be very focused in our network on brand presence, on building leads, on expanding our network of potential prospects. And so, that's we're focused on tools that help us do that. So
Mhm.
perhaps inside of our global wealth network, there would be great opportunities for you to do some of the same kind of things. But I
Okay.
want you to, I'm so excited to have you here. I want you to stay. And as we continue this conversation, I've held Mr. Shahid at bay for a long time. I want to find out what his questions are. And
Okay.
pop back in at any time, Mosaic, during this conversation. We're not going to
Okay.
take
I'm
any.
actually gonna leave the seat because I have to run and pick up someone. So it's getting closer to that
Do me a
time.
favor. Before you leave, make sure that you follow us on Blab
Mhm.
and that you have come over to the community and
Yes, I
answer
just
questions.
requested when you
Awesome,
sent it. Mhm.
awesome. So we'll be in touch with you for sure.
All righty. Well, it's nice talking to you.
Absolutely. Take care now, Mr. Shahid.
Yes, sir.
On the question of leverage and collaboration within a tribe. What do you have for that? What are you thinking about? Um, how does that strike you?
Well, leveraging collaboration. So within the tribe, I like that last piece within the tribe because it sounds to me as we have a community that kind of bands together and everybody is supporting one another in that tribe. So, when it comes to leveraging and the collaboration, I do a lot of that myself now. And when you put that in a tribe in there, I mean, like I said, it just ties it all back in together because you have a community of people who are all, what I would say, in it to win it together. So
Mm,
it is very important to leverage and collaborate. This past year has been a major year for me in collaborating and leveraging more of my time, as far as generating income goes, to where I'm not necessarily trading time for dollars. And I learned a lot of these techniques from the collaboration of the people I have met throughout this year, my tribe, as you said. So this topic is a very interesting topic, and the subject of a global wealth network. I mean, just this platform alone shows you how you can create a global tribe of
and
like-minded.
we just
Yeah, we just proved
and
it.
we
So
just witnessed.
just witnessed it. So you have people all over the world who you can collaborate with now, and it's like at the speed of now. It's like you no longer have to wait for these long, drawn-out responses. You can have conversations and be sharing thoughts and ideas on how each one can reach one pretty much. And
Mm,
in the 21st century with the tools that we have, it's surprising to me that most people don't understand the power of collaboration and understand how to leverage more of their time to where they can earn their time back and not have to, as you were talking about earlier, go to a place where they really don't want to go, but they're going there because they're trying to generate income, to take care of their family, which is great.
right.
But we're in a time now where if you leverage and collaborate with the right people,
Hmm.
you do
Hmm.
you do a certain task over enough period of time, you can generate enough income to where you now don't have to go trade your time somewhere else you don't want to be. So,
When you think about it, in the world of money, when people are talking trillions of dollars,
mhm.
you know, the average person probably needs somewhere between 5 and 10 grand a month to cover their household expenses, the normal month every month expense. And so when you think about that, 5 to 10,000 in a space where we're talking about $1 trillion economies, it's not a lot of money. And I think that the mindset that we've gotten into that has forced us, I want to say that again, forced us into believing that it's necessary to for you to give a certain amount of your physical energy every day at a task in order for someone else to determine the worth of your activity, right? And because there's only so many hours in a day, there's only so much of your energy that you can give, right? You can't work 24 hours. And so now you have someone that's assessing your worth for a certain amount of time. And who gets to assess what you're worth? I mean, who talks us into that? I mean,
it's been ingrained in us, though. For most people, all their life, that's all. And the problem is, again, is 10 to 15 years ago, we didn't have platforms like this. We didn't have all this social media to where now you can gain the information so you understand there is a better way. There is a better way. And the power of collaboration will show you, that there's a better way. I met a guy just last week. Me and you talked about him, I think before, that's making thousands and thousands of dollars, online every single day from his house. Never leaves his house. So there are people like that, thousands out there. So here's the thing: what makes that person better than me or you or somebody else?
Let's not say better. Let's say different, because I can tell you what makes them different.
Yes.
I can't tell you about better, but I can definitely tell you what makes them different. So the answer to the question is he's no better, but he is different.
Right.
See, we got to fess up to the reality. He's no better than any other person, but he is different because of the experiences and the exposures that he has availed himself to, right? And so he's been in the company of people using platforms like this, 21st century tools. He's been in the company of people through online systems or through, webinars, or through maybe even conferences that he's gone and traveled to. He's met people, in other words, to make a long story short, that have allowed his ideas on what's possible to be expanded.
Right.
When you talk about a person like Richard Branson, who owns Virgin Mobile, Virgin Airlines.
Yep.
Same 24 hours as anybody else. Same 24 hours. So the question is how is it that a person comes into millions and millions? Well, Branson is a billionaire. So, how does a person come into billions of dollars? It has a lot to do with the environment, the people that you're spending time with, right?
Absolutely.
And what you're exposed to. If you're continually speaking to the same people and they're having the same conversations, there's no way for your experience to be elevated. Which brings us back to our topic, leveraging collaboration within a tribe. When you have decided that you want to pursue knowledge within a certain area. So, for example, the gentleman that we spoke about, he made a decision that he wanted to pursue knowledge within the online marketing arena. So he put himself in a niche. He's in a niche now. Different from what he was doing before.
Right.
He's decided he wants to investigate a niche. And so in throwing himself in that niche, he is now surrounding himself with other people and other conversations that he didn't have before.
Right.
He's also going to be introduced to new stories, new skills. Well, let's just stop right there. New stories and new skills that he has to wrap his brain around, learn, and practice. He's got to learn the story. He's got to learn the skills.
Right.
He's got to practice the story, right, until those words become his, those processes become his. He's got to practice the skills.
Absolutely.
Right? Is there some difficulty? Yeah, there's probably some difficulty because it's new. But the other side of it is that he has expanded his possibilities now to the point where he's earning thousands of dollars a day versus what he was earning, just a short period ago,
Right.
maybe months ago.
Right. And
Collaboration.
You hit some key highlight points there that I need everybody that's watching this to really understand, right? It's a mindset. So most people will tell you that they want to do better, they want to earn extra income, but are they willing really to put in the work to learn the skill set needed to be able to do that? Because guys, listen, I put in at least 4 or 5 hours a day personally learning new skill sets, collaborating with different people, so that way I take myself to the next level. And most people that are very successful in something, regardless of what their niche is, they study their craft, they collaborate with people that can help them get to the next level. Like Mahdi said, they practice over and over and over again. So they put in the work, right? But guess what? Eventually that work pays off for them to where now they're generating the income easily. Okay, like money is coming to them easily, frequently, in all kinds of ways because they put in enough practice, they collaborated with enough people that can teach them a skill set to get them where they need to go. Because that's the biggest difference, the biggest separator of somebody making $1,000 a day compared to somebody making $17 an hour. It's the mindset.
What is the biggest separator?
The mindset. Because, like you said, it's a different conversation. If you go get a group of people that have a regular job where they're trading time for dollars, and you put them in a room, okay, put them all in a room,
and listen to the conversation.
Okay,
right.
Their conversation is always around going to a place to trade time for dollars, and how they hate going to that place every single day. Okay.
And what they're going to do when they get off.
And how they're living for the weekend. Everybody's talking about Friday. So
right.
You go to a different place, you put a bunch of people in the room that's making $1,000 a day and listen to that conversation. That conversation is all about leveraging their time. Well, let me just, even this, leveraging others people's time sometimes to generate the income that they want to get. So they may leverage other people's time, but they also have systems in place to where money is working for them 24/7, and they're not chasing down the money. And I think that's the biggest piece of a global wealth network is finding a team of people that you can collaborate with that can teach you how to leverage your income to where your income is coming in regardless if you go to a place or not. That money is generated. It's only going to take somebody who has a skill to teach you to be able to do that. So it's a mindset thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I absolutely appreciate what you're saying. So different conversation. They're speaking about how they can leverage their time. They're speaking about how they can leverage the time of others. They're speaking about tools that they're using, right? Things that are helping them in their process, how they can collapse time frames for doing a process that they used to do. Now they've got access to new tools, new systems that are helping them to do that same process in an automated way. So they're immediately winning their time back. So their whole conversation, and in a lot of instances, is not so much about the money, but what can I do to allow me to have more mastery over my time?
Right.
What systems can I put into place that will allow me to have more mastery of my time? And it's an exchange of those experiences. Hey, you know what are you using to do X, Y, Z? I've tried to do this process this way. What are you using to, what's the process that you have when you are launching a new idea, or you're launching a new product, or you're launching a new service? How is it that you structure your launch to get the maximum effect on launch day, right? How do you scale up the amount of reach that you have? What are you doing to build a list of people who have an interest in the product or service that you're offering. How do you build a list, right?
Right.
Um, so there are conversations that are tiered on top of other conversations, and all of those elevate your experience. You know, they have you vibrating on a mental plane that's high above, you know, what a normal mundane experience, or I'm sorry, conversation would be with someone else. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we're talking about global wealth networks. Hopefully, you didn't get lost in all of that. Global Wealth Network is a phenomenon that exists in a growing number of places now, all across the globe, where teams of people are locking arms using 21st century tools to mastermind, first of all, to find each other, and then to mastermind and collaborate on ways that they can gain complete mastery over their finances and complete mastery over their time. In the comment section, if you're just joining us, I've put a couple of articles that speak to this phenomenon of the Global Wealth Network. I've also listed a Facebook group where you can come over to join our conversation on Facebook. So we absolutely are excited that you've come to sit with us this evening. We're going to bring this conversation to a close. If you haven't already, go ahead and tell a little bird, tweet this conversation out so that other people can hear it, and follow us on Blab. There's some other Blab sessions that are coming up. We usually do this session on Thursday. We have two sessions, one on Sunday and one on Thursday. And this Sunday session is going to speak to My Story Marketing. It's kind of an extension of the Global Wealth Network. It is how people are taking the power of their story, their life experience, or the thing that they're passionate about, and turning that into content that they share online so that others who resonate with that story or that interest can find them, can partner with them, or if they're offering something to the to the marketplace, even become a customer of theirs. So that conversation Sunday is going to be on My Story Marketing. My name is Muhammad Mahdi. We're broadcasting from Atlanta. This is Create Lifestyle Freedom. We thank you so much for taking the measure of your time to join us this evening. We look forward to seeing you on the next Blab session. Have a good evening.